up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a review on the Revealed Matte Palette by Coastal Scents. Now, Coastal Scents actually reached out to me and asked me if I wanted to review their product, and I was like, sure, why not? So a little disclaimer, this video is sponsored by Coastal Scents, and I'm so grateful for them to reach out to me and ask me to do this video. Everything in this video, my thoughts, opinions, everything that I do is 100% honest and genuine, and I would never steer you guys wrong in any type of way, and I would never promote a product that I didn't truly stand behind 100%. Before we jump into the video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you guys haven't already, and don't forget to hit that little bell notification so you guys get notified every time I upload a video to the tube. Also, don't forget to follow me on all of my social media. You guys can find me on Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all of that fun stuff. They're always linked down in the description box as well as at the top here. So in this video, I'm going to be swatching all 20 shades of this palette, and I'm also going to be showing you guys an eye tutorial using this palette, which this is the look that I will be showing you guys today. And then at the end, I'm going to be giving you guys all of my thoughts and opinions on this palette. So if you guys are curious to see how I got this look, to see how these eyeshadows swatch, and to see all of my thoughts and opinions and what I think about this palette, then let's go ahead and jump right in. So I kept the packaging that my palette actually came in. So this is the box that the palette came in. It also came packed in bubble wrap, which is really nice because then you know that there's cushion around your palette and it won't get broken. And then, as always, inside of it came with the plastic insert to make sure that all of your eyeshadows are safe and they don't get nicked. So this is what the palette looks like inside. There are 20 shades, so there's 10 on top and 10 on the bottom, and they range from very light to pretty dark, I would say. The color variety is pretty good. I do have some other thoughts on the actual shadows, but we'll get into that in just a second. But as I said in the beginning, I'm going to be swatching all 20 shades that are in this palette. Actually, I'm going to do increments of 5, so I'll do 5 swatches, and then I'll do the next 5, next 5, and next 5. So I'm not going to put any primer down because I just don't feel like it's absolutely necessary for primer. So I'm going to go ahead and swatch the first 5. These are the first 5 shades in the palette, going from this side all the way over here. So you have the first one, which is a very light kind of cream shade. You have kind of like a stark white shade, except it's not white in the palette. It looks more like a light pink. You have another really nice creamy shade, which I actually really like this one. I use this one a lot. You have a light muted pink shade and then another light muted pink. This is 2 swatches of the product. So I put my finger in and I swatch once, put my finger in and swatch again. Here are the next 5 shades in the palette, and it goes from this way all the way down to the darkest shade. And again, these colors don't have much of a color difference. They all seem very similar to me. This one is a very light mauve shade, and then you get a little bit more on the taupey side. It has a little bit more of those cool tones. Again, another sort of really light mauve shade. It's just a tad bit darker than the first one. You have a kind of like a lilac-y mauve shade. It has a lot of those like lilac purple undertones. And then their last one is actually sort of like a burgundy shade. It does have a lot of those red-brown shades. Alright, so now we're moving on to the bottom row of shades, which is definitely my favorite row. Alright, so here are the first 5 shades on the bottom row, going from lightest all the way to the darkest color right here. So this first one is definitely a light shade. This is one shade that I use all over my lid to set my primer. It is a very yellow-toned eyeshadow, and I really love this one. The next one is a cream shade. It has a little bit more of those peachy tones. This third one is one that my eyes just go to automatically. It's a very nice burnt orange shade. The next one is a warm brown shade. This is the one that I actually have in my crease, and this is the one that I use for a transition shade. And the next one is actually the one, you would not believe it, but this is the one that is all over my lid. So these are the first 5 shades on the bottom row, and definitely some of my favorite. Alright, and here are the last 5 shades on the bottom row, and the last shades all together in this palette. The first one here is a very kind of light smoky gray brown. I don't know how to explain it. The next one is more of a burgundy shade. It's very similar to the first one on the first row. except it's a little bit lighter. The next one is a deep plum purple shade, and the last two are very, very similar shades. This one right here is actually more of like a true black shade, whereas the last one is more of like a gray charcoal with a little bit of hint of brown, I feel like, in it. So now that you guys have seen all of the colors swatched on my hand, I definitely want to show you guys how these apply to the eye area with other products. It's one of my favorite looks to do with this palette, so let's go ahead and jump right in. So I always set my primer with a blank white or cream color shade. So I'm gonna go into this one right here. This is sort of a banana shade, and I'm gonna take that color and I'm going to press this onto my lid. Next, I'm gonna go into this brown shade right here. Again, these don't have names, so I don't really know exactly how to call them. I'm just calling them what they are. This is sort of a warm brown shade. And I'm going to take that and I'm going to pop that into the crease as well. This is going to be the start of our kind of smoky brown look. So I'm just going to keep building this product up. I am actually going to take a kind of, this is like an angled brush, and I'm going to dip into this shade right here, which is right next to that warm brown shade that we use. And I'm going to use this and I'm going to pack this all over the lid. And I'm going to go into a clean fluffy brush and I'm going to start blending this outwards. When I deal with brown smoky eyes or any type of eye look that I am just packing matte eyeshadows or a matte color under the lid, I definitely have to keep applying the color and blending out in between applications, because we do lose a lot of that, like that shade from blending. I'm going to go in with my first fluffy brush and I'm going to take that lighter warm brown shade right here, and I'm going to take some of that and I'm going to pop that onto the upper crease. Alright, I know I look like a crazy person, but that's okay. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take that same angled brush and I'm going to take the darker brown shade that we use all over our lid, and I'm going to go ahead and place that onto my lower lash line. And then I'm going to go in with that white fluffy brush and I'm going to kind of blend this out. Alright, now to apply a brow bone color, I'm going to go in with my small brush and I'm going to take a little bit of this shade right here. It's a very light shade and I'm going to pop that right underneath my brow bone. So now I'm going to finish off the rest of my face and I will be right back. So now that the swatches and the eye tutorial are done, we're going to go into the palette itself and talk about the pros and cons of this palette. So this palette is on coastalscents.com only. It is an online only product. This palette is $19.95 on the Coastal Scents website. Like I said, there are 20 shades in here, and for the price of $19.95, you're getting about one shadow for a little less than $1. I really like the packaging of it. I like how it's super, super sleek. I like that it has the magnetic closure on it. It's definitely very travel friendly. It's so slim you could throw it into your makeup bag or throw it into your suitcase. A lot of these shades, as you saw in the beginning of my swatches, a lot of them are very similar. They might have like a slight different tint to them or a different type of undertone to it, but they are all like, these four shades right here almost look nearly identical. I definitely think that we could have lost a few of these lighter shades and maybe made the pans a little bit bigger. So instead of doing 20 eyeshadows, do 10 bigger pans of them. I love the whole bottom row because they're all so different. I do think for the matte shades, they do blend out really nicely and they apply really well. I will say that there is no fallout. There's no kickback from these shadows. They are very, very creamy, but I will say that they kind of come off, some of them come off a little bit patchy when you put them onto your eyes. Now, I don't think these are super, super pigmented. They are when you swatch them. I've worked with them with so many different type of brushes. As you guys saw, I have some goat hair brushes, synthetic brushes, natural hair brushes, and they all worked really well with these products. So my final thoughts on this is it's good, but it's not the best palette out there. I think it's really great for someone who is just starting out with makeup and really wants to get in there and practice with different tones without buying a palette that is $50. This is a palette that I sort of reach for when I'm doing kind of quick everyday makeup. This is one that stays on my desk. I think I really like it because it's not so rich in pigment, but it does have enough pigment where I can throw on an everyday easy look. I definitely think this palette has great potential. You can do so many different looks with just the shadows that are in this palette. I have done so many looks with this. I think it's definitely worth checking out if you are into makeup, if you are into affordable makeup. So if you guys own this palette and you guys do a ton of looks with it and you guys post it on any of your social media pages, definitely use the hashtag Coastal Scents and use the hashtag Revealed Matte for a chance to be featured on any of the Coastal Scents social media pages and get your work out there, girl. Like, use this, get it out there, hashtag those, and tag Coastal Scents in it and show them your work. So you guys should definitely let me know if you guys have tried any of Coastal Scents products down in the comments below. I would love to know. So that is it for today's review, swatches, and a tutorial all in one. I've never actually done one of these videos and I really enjoyed it. So if you guys liked it, don't forget to give it a huge thumbs up for me. Don't forget to leave me your comments down in the description box. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe if you guys haven't already, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!